What's up, and welcome to First Geek for 11. I'm your host, Cameron Franklin, and I will be game mastering as we enter Tier 4 play of Daggerheart tonight. I'm so excited. Gears have been turning, builds have been being discussed as we all hit level 8. I am so excited as we get to the conclusion of our story over the next couple sessions and get to see the plan that will hopefully work out, because I was telling Emma this before we get started. Like, I've known the end of the campaign the whole time we've been playing. Like, literally the campaign was written to get us to this endpoint. And so I am really hoping things pay off, and I'm really excited for the stuff that we have for the end of this journey. And thankfully, I am not alone on this journey. We have a bunch of great players playing with us. First, he's 100% Frog. Locke, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Definitely not letting the gears turn even more as we sit here thinking about all the crazy shenanigans that we now have at our disposal.
Yes.
And I'm bringing with me the ever wonderful Beeman Fitzwilliam Peabody III, everyone's favorite little guy.
He's a little guy. Yes, and thank you for introducing your character. I forgot to say that, but let's do that as we go around as well. Appreciate you keeping me on point, Rob. And then she's definitely in the zone and rethinking her level up choices to make even cooler things. It's Tasha. How you doing?
I think I did swap because it would just be way cooler if people were restrained and then bombarded with damage. So yes, hi, I play Emerus Thorn. She's very fiery as an Emberkin. She's a warlock, loves her patron mommy, and if you need therapy or need your stuff stolen, she's a girl. So.
She's your girl. Admittedly, she doesn't steal the stuff. She just does the therapy.
This is true. This is true.
And then, something. He's a cat. Mike, how you doing?
Good. Very excited about Andar's level up. So Andar is a Seaborn Qatari warrior. And he's definitely living up to the warrior. Got some cool armor upgrades, some new weapon, some new cards to play with. So very excited to also. So I'm sitting here and all I see is I don't know what to call him. I'm like, is it Darth Peabody? I'm not sure what we're gonna call Beeman, but.
Locke, that's so good. The coolest cat in all of Avathia is such a good intro.
That's a great intro, and I appreciate
awesome.
that. All right. That's beautiful.
I realized belatedly I got to recolor the Hero Forge now because I made that back when I was still spitballing character ideas. Now I decided I'm blue. That doesn't really work anymore.
Love it.
It's a thought that counts.
It is.
And then
it's good.
Bring in the fairy all the way from West Coast, Best Coast is Emma. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm not always going to be a fairy. I'm going to be something really cool tonight, hopefully.
Yeah. You were discussing the options, and it sure is going to be something.
The options.
So
I am excited. I am playing Crinkles, who is a fairy druid, and this is why I like playing druids, guys. Things get really cool the higher level you go. And it's really fun.
I'm excited. It'll be a great time. And we're going to, of course, be jumping into our session 15. It's been a long time. We've been having a lot of fun. I say that. This is still shorter than like 99% of other campaigns, but like here we are. It's been a great time. And yeah, I'm excited for all of us to get to experience Tier 4 play. This is the top tier of levels 8, 9, and 10. And so I'm very excited to kind of get to hear what all y'all have. I asked all the players to go ahead and get their Tier 4 gear, so they are loaded out. And then as we get to hypothetical combat later on or things like that, if you want to introduce something that you like gained as part of your level up, call that out. Like this, hey, this is my level 8 ability or whatever that I took. Feel free to call that out. Or if there's other changes that you got as part of this level up. From a story perspective, last time our players did a whole lot of exploration after they finished fighting Ublith. The Galapa, who is one of the 3 mystical things that y'all were told about. And after y'all defeated Ublith, and they're definitely not Energy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Can't be. They're legally distinct because 2 of them are orange. Y'all did some exploration of their lair, this magic portal that had existed and had reached up and grabbed the 3 artifacts that had been stolen from the Markholt Manor. And y'all found that if y'all put specific things in or around the portals, it would open up. Y'all are able to get a view of a cave on a northern mountain. And y'all have now set off on that journey. And so I believe we discussed this is about a 5-week journey. And so this is pretty substantial. Y'all went and visited the Lady Amanita at the Bureau of Crops to kind of get her blessing. And she's kind of outfitted y'all with some transportation, caravan type stuff to make the journey easier as y'all go out. And so as we kind of get into the spotlight and all of that, as we go on this journey, I want to know, what are some things y'all are talking about on this trip? Like, if we imagine that y'all are all in a caravan traveling together, maybe there's a driver, maybe one of y'all is driving. What are the things that y'all's characters are talking about? And I'll say, obviously Mayfly is not here tonight. Marin is in the caravan. Just because Mayfly isn't here doesn't mean Marin isn't part of this. There's a chance Mayfly may hop in later, but we'll see. And so, yeah. So what are things that y'all are talking about? What do y'all think the morale is as y'all are going off to this cave, this northern cave? What's the journey like?
Crinkles has brought arts and crafts for everyone to do in case they get super bored. And it's things like fiber arts, so knitting and crocheting, and
yay,
paint by numbers and things like that. And she hosts little craft nights so that we can all make crafts together.
I feel like I'm going to have to wax poetic about the nature of how glitter gets in everything and never comes off.
Yeah.
You just leave this trail of glitter behind you.
Definitely some glitter involved in the whole
We're
process.
definitely going to be able to find our way home.
She's now almost like a Disney fairy, where they sparkle all the time, but it's not because she's full of magic. It's literally because she's just covered in glitter.
Nice.
And Marissa's showing off her new armor.
Ooh.
She's very proud of this new piece that she has swiped secondhand.
Yeah.
But it matches her aesthetic. Yes. I'm so proud of this one. It's her most accomplished theft. Yeah, she just can't stop showing it off.
Yeah, I would say I think Andar specifically is I think since he has a new weapon, so Andar, instead of using it as a straight sword now, has changed to basically basically a double-bladed sword. So it's basically a long pole that has 2 swords on either end.
The Darth Maul special.
Yes, absolutely. And so he's practicing with that. I think he and Beeman are bonding. And so they're talking, they're spitballing, they're practicing things together. Um, they're trying stuff out, with just like combos for attacks and things and talking through things. I would say also as a group, I think we're just spitballing ideas of what is on the other side of this portal. Like, what are we walking into? And I think we're trying to put pieces together. I think we're more aware of what we don't know than what we do know. And so I think we're just trying to be as prepared as we possibly can for what's coming.
Yep. And this can be above table, but kind of building off of that. Like, what are y'all's theories? Like, what do you think like y'all would be talking about? What are y'all's like hopes, fears, all of that stuff as y'all head into the what's the name? The peaks of Vescali.
I just want to make it home. It's like, it just really feels like, and certainly no social media posts had an influence on this train of thought in any way, shape, or form, but it really feels like we're just wandering into, combat with an elder god, eldritch being from beyond space and time. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Monday night.
It's not like XGMs really wanted to spoil something vaguely for the entire table and decided to post about it on an Instagram page.
What's the Pam Beasley hot?
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, I think I agree with Locke. I feel like we're walking into some danger, and I think, let's see, we faced 1 out of the 3, so I think I'm expecting we're going to walk into 2 out of 3, and see what happens.
What do you mean 1 out of the 3?
So wasn't Ublith one of the 3?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dibio was the other one.
I guess.
There we go. Oh, Dibio was the other one. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So
you
I'm thinking maybe this is okay, we have fought 2. So this could be 3 out of 3.
I'm going to level with you. I think Mike and I both forgot briefly that that Dibio was 1 too. So like I was expecting I was expecting 2 of them coming up as well. So that's actually a small relief. Although who knows how long that's going to hold, all things considered. And I don't really want to put voice to it just yet, but I will say that I have a theory that we are being betrayed by someone very specific, and I'm interested to see if this theory pans out.
I think a lot of us have that theory.
Yeah. Y'all have discussed this before, and I'm super curious to like what's happening here. Like about this theory. I'm super interested to like what were the clues you're picking up on and stuff like that. So
just a general vibe. Sometimes it's just a vibe.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just you know what, that's a good idea. I'm gonna hop on that because it sounds fun and unique and different.
Yeah. The classic, not the GM putting making y'all come up with plot points.
Yep.
So I think with all of that happening, what are y'all doing to, I'll say, keep up morale? Like, and like Mike mentioned for Andar and B-Man, the B-Man, like y'all are out training. Crinkles brought arts and crafts. Like what are y'all like doing to like push through, get ready for this?
Crinkles is also taking lots of cat naps as a large snow leopard.
Changes into cat and then naps.
Yep, just to take a cat nap. It's like, well, I won't need this anytime today. It's just another 8 hours of wagon time, so time for a cat nap.
In fairness, if I could.
Yeah.
Sounds like an amazing idea.
Yeah. Oh, I'm cold? Great. I'll just turn into a snow leopard and take a nap.
He's absolutely horrible at it. But Andar is having Emrys teach him how to pickpocket.
Shut up.
Yes.
Could not unmute fast enough.
Shut up.
So like he can't do it. Paws are really tough to like, even though they're nimble. It's like I legit, as you were talking about arts and crafts, I was like laughing because all I'm seeing is Andar these cat paws trying to like do this, and it's just not working. And instead, like typical cat gets the yarn all wrapped up around it, and then just starts doing like yarn, like doing all that with a string. And I was like laughing to myself because that was just totally what was going on in my head. And I'm like, poor Andar, like he's just so bad at things unless it's beating up people. But like he so badly wants to bond with this group that he's willing to try arts and crafts and learning to pickpocket because he loves this group. And so he doesn't know because he seemed like he's very aware of his straight and narrowness at times. And so I think for him to kind of like bond with the group as we're traveling, like, so he's trying to push beyond himself a little bit here, and it's so awkward, it's so bad, but he's trying.
So happy.
Yeah, this is everything
I feel
both
like for
Tasha
that,
and
I have
Emrys
to
have
volunteer
wanted.
to be the pocket.
What?
I said I feel like for that, I just have to be the one to volunteer to be the pocket. Like, I want more than anything to have to feel like I have a solid place in the family, and you guys are kind of bringing him out in that direction. And I would recommend maybe using the tip of claw instead of the whole paw to try to finagle things out of the pocket. That's my contribution to the lesson. Other than that, have a whole lot of pockets in the robes. See what you can get.
Something Jungle Book. When picking a prickly pear, you gotta use the tip of the claw.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Generally speaking, as y'all make this multi-week journey, things pass without any serious issues. It has just shifted to spring as y'all set out. And you are kind of traveling with caravans of people that are heading back out to begin harvesting, to begin planting crops, to restart the cycle. And as y'all get further and further from the city of Avathia, you find, of course, like the people that you're traveling with, the amount of caravans thins as people stop and as people take other routes and turn off. Some people cross the peaks, perhaps heading to Moonholt. Other people head out the opposite direction, perhaps farther east or up the coast, things like that. And then eventually y'all find yourselves heading to the base of the mountain, and here you find yourselves with the town, or entering the town of Earthpost. This is that, like I said, this like last settlement before the proper climb begins. As you approach, the town is dead silent. You do not see anyone moving. You do not see anything. Y'all's wagon pulls into town unless someone wants to do something else. What would y'all like to do in town?
Like it. It's too quiet.
It's never a good sign.
Is it? I'm assuming it's like ghost town quiet, right?
Yeah, that'd be a good way of putting it.
What was
Definitely,
the town's name again?
My sticky of the skills. Got to put it back on my computer screen.
What was the name of
Earthpost?
What was the name of the town? Earthpost.
Earthpost.
Thank you.
Just immediately reminding me of the farm that we all went to on our first mission together.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that feels like so long ago. Probably because it was.
Yeah, so in world, it's probably been like literal years. Like, as we've gone through this, like it's, we kind of like hand waved a lot of the time skips, of course. But it's probably been like 2 to 3 years since that first mission together.
I think the first thing we do then is start looking for any building that might be hiding a secret cave entrance.
Yeah.
When in doubt, search for cave entrance.
And or funky looking tracks in dirt, gravel. I don't know what the ground type is, but tracks.
And I will say from the town, you are able to. Oh no, I want to go to this one just for vibes. You are able to like see a path up the mountain. Like it's not necessarily that the path doesn't continue through the town and up the peaks, but yeah, you make your way around any specific buildings that you would want to check first. Obviously, there's taverns, blacksmiths, things like that.
Ooh, I would check a blacksmith's to see if, like, the furnace, like, check the temperature of the furnace to see how stone cold it is, or if there's any amount of
How
temperature.
abandoned is this town?
Yeah, how abandoned is this town for the blacksmith furnace to go completely cold?
Okay.
Like, treating that as a gauge of measurement.
Yeah.
I would say, as a note, like, we're coming into this town not necessarily with any indication that something is going on, just something is wrong. So maybe while one or two of us checks the blacksmith, maybe one or two others would go check something like any kind of a storage area, because I feel like that's a natural place to hide a sneaky entrance into the place. And also, if we get a look at the food stores, if there's food there and no people, then obviously something horrible is afoot. But if there's no people and no food, maybe they abandoned the town for some less nefarious reason. And so I feel like that's a good clue to check on.
Yeah. So if y'all are going to split up as you investigate, what are the parties? Like, what are the teams? Who's team blacksmith? Who's team food?
Food.
Blacksmith.
All right. Well, I'm food.
Okay. Yeah, take a blacksmith.
Great.
Okay. We'll start with team blacksmith. As y'all agree and y'all divide and conquer. You, Crinkles and Andar, y'all set out. Without too much difficulty, y'all are able to locate like the town square, and perhaps that's where y'all parked the wagon that y'all have been on. You make your way over into the blacksmith shop. You find it relatively well equipped. Like there's not necessarily anything outstanding here in terms of equipment. Like this is like a regional town compared to like the access to stuff that y'all would have in Avathia, but like it's pretty well equipped. There's a lot of like farm implement type stuff. Like there's some like lighter armor. If we're thinking in terms of tier, like there's probably a decent amount of like high tier 1, low tier 2 type equipment here. Just to kind of put like that mechanic onto the stuff that you're finding. And so like clearly it's stuff that they could use to fight bandits and stuff like that, but it's not like top of the line like y'all's equipment would necessarily be. And then as you make your way over to the furnace, why don't either of y'all give me a either instinct or knowledge roll as y'all go and look at the furnace?
My instinct is a +1 and my knowledge is 0.
My instinct is a +3. And my knowledge is a +0. So
Okay. Your
I
instinct
can
then.
do an instinct. Oh, it's a with hope. Not that that matters, I don't think.
Go ahead and give yourself a hope. I'll allow it.
Great. That is a 22.
22. Okay, 22 with hope. So as you go and y'all examine the furnace, and y'all are like working together, perhaps Andar's opening things since Crinkles is so small. And y'all did split heights. Like there's one tall, one short in every or in both parties.
Amazing.
And so Crinkles, you're able to go in and do some examinations of the furnace itself. And
let's see, could I fry an egg with this thing?
Yeah. You reach out, there's like a little bit of residual heat, but very little. Like it's probably warmer than like the outside air, but it's because like as you open it, like the hot air that was in there rushed out. Yeah. Like it very much looks like it was in the middle of being used. It's now like burnt through everything, but because it was sealed, no heat was getting out. And now that you've opened the door, it's going to begin cooling off.
Yeah. But it's still not like roaring hot or like,
yeah.
It's on a scale of stone cold to actively presently in use. It's more like here-ish.
Yeah, it's like a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like you would basically have to start from scratch.
It's been a couple of days since this fire was fed, basically.
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah.
So something happened at minimum 3 or 4 days ago, roughly. Is my estimate.
Did you use instinct or knowledge?
Instinct.
Okay. And then I want to say also, as you're looking around, you see like piles of wood like around the furnace. Like as y'all are looking around the blacksmith, like it looks like someone was preparing to get the furnace going.
Keep it alive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so with I think it was a 22, you also spot those things. Like maybe as y'all are out, like looking around the outside, there's like large stacks of wood around the building and stuff like that.
Is anything inside like knocked over or like hastily set down? Or is it just like look like someone set down their cup of tea and left the building?
Yeah. That's a great question. I think that you would see there's a decent amount of tools just like on the ground. So like whether it's like around the anvil, around the furnace itself, y'all would find like hammers and things like that, like the tong things, the fan, all of that. It looks like things were just set down wherever, versus what you would expect where like these tools are important and you would expect them to have been treated with more care and like hung up somewhere.
So there was some amount of haste in their reaction to something.
Yeah. But you don't see like things knocked over, things like that.
Right. So it wasn't
almost like a something surprised them, but they had warning.
Yeah.
So they had enough time to like respond.
What I'm thinking is the typical West Coast, specifically California, response to an earthquake where everyone just goes, oh, do we need to do anything? And then we sit there for 15 seconds. And if it gets worse, we go, okay, we're packing up and leaving. Versus, in the Midwest, where if you experience an earthquake, everyone freaks out or whatever. Yeah, I'm picturing the California response of like, if this intensity continues for 15 seconds, we're gonna set things down and leave.
Yeah, my brain goes fire. So like a fire is coming, but the wind changes and shifts it closer to your house faster than you expected, but you still have enough time to pack up the car and go.
Yeah. So there was definitely some amount of concern to thing that occurred. But not like, oh no, it's the end of the world, everyone run.
Is there anything in this area that, as we're searching through it, like stands out as abnormal? As like, now, granted, that's gonna be really hard for us because we don't know this town, but something that we would know, like this does not fit in town life.
You said abnormal, and my brain just went Abby normal.
Abby normal.
Abby normal.
Let's get some young Frankenstein.
I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
Yep. I think if y'all want to go and do a bit more like wider exploration of the town, let's jump over to team food. But let's save that question, and then we'll come back to that later on. So team food, what are y'all's goals? What's the vibe? Things like that.
I kind of want to check the tavern specifically because usually they're fully stocked, and I want to see if the state of the place, but yeah, are there food stores or drinks?
Okay.
Curious, and then I'm not sure where to like go to like a kitchen area or but I think like a local spot that people would go to for food and drinks would maybe be a good place to start.
So, similar request for you and the B-Man. Why don't y'all give either an instinct or knowledge roll?
My instinct is +3. My knowledge is only +1 though.
I've got +2 on both. So if you want to do an instinct,
so maybe we instinct it up again.
Yeah.
Team instinct.
Or I can.
All right.
No, I'm saving that. Never mind.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That looks like a 16 with hope.
Okay, go ahead and get your hope. And as y'all look around, y'all do find, I'll say, a somewhat similar scene, in the sense that as you enter like the tavern restaurant type area, you look around the tables and you notice that there are plates, there's like the remains of food, but everything just kind of seems like it was placed there. And then as you go and explore and make your way perhaps behind the bar, you find it very well stocked. Like, again, it looks like we got the B-Man.
You changed colors.
Yeah, chameleon. You find like, if you like think of like the stereotypical like bartender cleaning the glass with like the rag, like you find just like a handful of glasses, not broken, but just like set on the ground behind the counter, like not necessarily like standing up, but like on their side. Perhaps you accidentally kick one as you like turn around the bar, and it goes rolling across. And as you look through that area, you find that it's very well stocked in ale and mead. It seems like they are like gearing up. There's a door behind the bar that leads into the kitchen area. And while, of course, like it's not like they had refrigeration or anything like that, you do find that there's a decent amount of food that is in, we'll say, relatively good shape. Like nothing seems rotten. Like it seems like food that y'all probably like wouldn't want to eat unless you were very desperate. But like, but it's not necessary. It's not something that like you walk in and you get hit with like a horrible smell.
So kind of everybody got out of here real quick a couple of days ago sort of vibe.
Yeah. Emerus is walking around like just taking in everything. It's going to pour herself some ale. Also for the B-Man. That's it on the bar. And then just kind of like walk around with this drink of ale. Is how does the ale taste? Is it like any difference, like real difference there?
No, it tastes fine. Like, I mean, it's probably not like the best quality ale that you have ever had. It definitely does not. What was the name of our place? It does not compare to the Hopping Hippo by any means, but it definitely like is decent ale that like tastes. It doesn't taste rancid or anything like that.
No knocked over chairs, no.
Cups are really the disarray.
Yeah,
Everything
like I
else
mean,
seems
you
relatively
probably
in
would
order.
find like if you glance around the chairs in specific, you would probably find a couple that were knocked over. But
Okay.
generally speaking, like it doesn't look like they were like thrown to the ground, or doesn't look like they were like smashed or anything. It looks kind of like if you stand up too fast and the chair like falls back. It seems more of like that style thing rather than like all of the chairs being like caught up in like a bar brawl or something like that.
Definitely somebody heard something and everybody ran to go check it out kind of deal. Or got out of here specifically in a hurry. Did we just kind of glance around in the back to see the food, or was this like investigative? We didn't find anything in the back except for
Is there anything
food
specific that
didn't
you're
look
looking
horrible.
for?
Well, I was thinking like trapdoors or slightly ajar pieces of the wall kind of thing. Like anything that is not 100% a normal part of a back room.
Yeah. We'll say like if you're going to go and look, we'll roll over your roll and like, yeah, nothing like specifically jumps out to you. Like you don't necessarily think I think you had a 16, right? Like there's nothing specifically that screams to you as like someone who was trained thief that there's like a bootlegger's stash or anything like that here.
Oh, that would have been a good place to use observant, which would have given me a +2, but it doesn't sound like that would have made a difference anyway.
Random thought. If I were to go to the bar or a table, because I mean, we're guessing maybe they left a couple of days ago, but what's the dust like? Like, has there been like a decent amount, or like just barely anything? Like, if I were to like wipe my finger on the table,
yeah, there'd be barely anything. There's probably like some, but like you get the vibe that it's not a lot. Also, I love Sherlock Thorne.
Sherlock Thorne. I've been watching Sherlock. That's funny. Yeah, I don't. That was my.
I'm not seeing anything here specifically that jumps out at me that this was a problem area. Like, it's obvious something happened and people left, but it doesn't look like it started here. I think maybe we either look for like a storehouse where they would keep extra food, like things beyond what are doled out or what have you, or
bunker.
We regroup, one of the two, and then go from there. I would lean regroup.
Yeah, I was going to say regrouping and sharing our findings, and then maybe do a wider sweep of the town together.
Yeah, because at this point I feel like from our side for sure we've established something hinky has happened, and I don't want to be divided if that something hinky finds us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so y'all regroup, share what y'all have found at the blacksmith and at the tavern, and then y'all start doing this wider sweep. Again, I know, Rob, you mentioned like a silo granary type thing. Is there anything else that y'all are wanting to specifically be on the lookout for? Either in terms of buildings or in terms of things. This kind of goes back, Mike, to your question from earlier. But is there anything specific that y'all want to be on the lookout for?
I was wondering, how high can the Beeman jump? Because here's my thought. Could the Bee-Man hop up on, say, like the roof of a house and kind of just look out over the town? And because you said a phrase when you were talking about like this isn't where it starts, when you were looking in the bar. So like, could it be possible, and I won't put you in a precarious position, Beeman, but like, could you hop up and at least take like a quick look around to see, like, is there a place in the town where things seem to be a bit more AB normal?
I mean, as a little frog dude, I feel like especially with a boost, I could probably get on a roof pretty easily. Yeah, I think that's a solid plan too. Like,
Just pick you up and
yeah.
boom.
Fastball special.
Hello.
So yeah, I mean, hop up on a, obviously not the first roof we find. We want something with a decent enough vantage point to give me a good look at the town. I don't know how tall the town is in general scale, but
there'd probably only be like one or two-story buildings in the whole town. Like there would be like watchtowers that y'all would have gone by as y'all approached, but like with this being like an outpost town, like this is not exactly like super built out.
Well, actually,
y'all kind of get the vibe.
Maybe skip the roof. Maybe
people.
the watchtower is okay. I was gonna say maybe skip the roof and like if there's watchtowers, maybe that's the place. A little less throwing the frogman.
Not as much fun.
Yeah. Climbing the frogman.
Nothing like a little frog tossing.
Yeah.
If you aim me right, I can use my tongue as a slingshot and kind of.
I like this idea. That's pretty fun. That's the type of thing the spotlight's for. And so you make your way kind of back towards the entrance of the town, and you find the watchtower. It of course has a ladder. You're able to climb up without any serious issues. And then your goal here is to just kind of like look out over the town. And so that's the goal. Right?
Yeah.
Just as we're like all nodding and no one's talking on the audio.
The worst part is I keep forgetting I don't have my camera on tonight, so like I keep nodding and like thumbs upping and stuff, and it's like you guys can't see me.
You should have VTubered the B-Man.
Yeah.
And so
it's coming.
And so you, as y'all get up there, it doesn't have to necessarily just be the B-Man, since it is a watchtower. If other people wanted to climb up as well, that's definitely something that y'all could do. You go and look around the town, and as y'all are up there and investigating, you do notice that towards the back of the town, which is like the side that heads up towards the mountains, it does seem like there are some, I'll say like wagons, things like that, that have been loaded up over on that side. But you don't necessarily notice, nothing else like specifically jumps out to y'all as you look around. Like there's not like a crumbling building, there's not smoke coming out of someplace. Like,
do the wagons look like they were loaded up to leave, or does it look like loaded wagons came in and got abandoned?
I think that seems like something y'all would have to go investigate the wagons to find out.
I
was mostly just looking for which direction are they facing, but that's fair.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're facing towards the mountain. We'll say that. So that could be that they were brought into town and were like dropped there, or it could be that someone was looking to leave with them.
Yeah, it could have been on their way through and got abandoned on the way out, sort of thing.
What if this town was like, I don't want to say brainwashed because that's like almost like mind controlled.
Hypnotized.
Yeah, hypnotized all
Like
at
Thanos?
once. Yeah, except like
Or that. That was actually my
mindless
first thought.
zombie army-esque. Because if that's
Everyone's
something that
gone.
happens, like, you know, all at once, you just kind of set things down and go on without any second thought and follow the orders that have been implemented into your brain.
Yeah, that would absolutely explain the state of the tavern for sure. If it was some sort of mass hypnosis,
because there's also no
would,
like
snap to attention and just walk off.
Yeah, and there's no sign of like damage or like
nothing exploded, nothing on
exploded,
fire.
no fighting, like things weren't set on fire. It's literally just like they set things down and left for no discernible reason.
Would we know, just question as we were talking, would we know how far the town is from the portal gate?
Probably not specifically. You would assume you could get to the summit of the mountain in like a day or two.
Okay.
Like if someone has like a backstory had been to this place before, they may know more of the specifics of the climb. But like from the base, you would assume that like that you could make your way up there and like again within a day or so.
So if we're theorizing, let's also not forget that we saw footprints leaving away from the portal as well. So could have something come down from the top of the mountain into the town and chased people off or took them away.
Good chance. Good possibility.
Yeah. I'm in favor to go check out the wagons and see if there's any more info we can glean from what's over there.
Yeah, I feel like the wagons are definitely the call.
So you'll head down out of the watchtower after sharing your theories. You make your way back across town. I say across like it's a big distance. Y'all walk to the other side of town. And y'all come to these wagons. If we're thinking of like the layout of the town, like y'all would have kind of come in, like stopped at the town square, or then this is kind of like the back side of the town now. Like it would have been farther in than what y'all would have been able to get to as y'all initially stopped. But as you approach these crates, you do notice there are 3 letters stamped onto them: VEL.
Hell.
Oh, that come.
What would y'all like to do?
It's the darn mushrooms.
I feel like
Are
we
these
have to
open?
crack it. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I think bet you we're gonna
these
have to,
open
we're gonna have
wagons?
to
Are they
open these.
enclosed? Because I would like to. Yeah, wait. First, are they open or closed?
Wagons. I think they would be open wagons, like so. Like it's stuff like on a wagon. Yeah, you could look in.
Okay.
It's not like sealed. So whether it's like it could still be covered, but like you're able to like look in without entering the wagon. It's not a people transport, it's a stuff transport.
Anything in the wagons?
You just see crates.
We should open a crate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to burn a crate? Probably wouldn't be wise.
I do have a nifty new sword that has a really sharp pointy end on the end of it. We can just pop the lid off.
Poke it with a stick.
Yep.
I am in favor
Yeah,
of you
that's-
poking it with your stick.
I can poke it.
Okay.
Yeah. Stick poking engage.
So as you go and you poke it with the stick and pry it open, you do find that it is filled with our mushrooms. As they kind of like, are you popping up the top or popping off the top, or are you popping off the side?
I think my inclination would be to pop the top off.
Okay. So as you pop it off, they kind of like, they've been like compressed in there and they kind of pop up a little bit. And then Crinkles especially, but all of y'all are very easily able to determine that these are the same mushrooms that had been sent out previously, or at least the same like species of mushrooms.
You know, a couple of these would make really good stamps for craft night.
I'm gonna burn them.
I'm gonna burn them.
I want to.
I think we should take some. Because I don't
some?
think we should be throwing random corpses into goo portals anymore.
But why not? It's for scientific study.
Because then we find
it's
them
not
missing
murder if
posers
they're already
later.
dead, and it's for science.
Yeah.
I'm all here
They're
for the science.
already
I just
dead.
feel like we should also be prepared in case, is all I'm saying.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking some. Just, I mean, it's also evidence of what we found. So
Yeah.
if we have to report, when we report back, like, we know we found
Okay,
the
so
mushrooms.
maybe we throw the whole box in the wagon? Because then we
Yeah.
also have the box for evidence.
Yeah. And I'd say there's like multiple boxes in here. Like, it's not like stuffed full of them, but there are multiple boxes. So y'all could easily move one into your wagon if you wanted to.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly excited to be around these any more than we
Right.
have to be, but it doesn't seem like these were the catalyst for everybody leaving, else they probably wouldn't still be here.
And why here? Like, why send mushrooms here?
And why now?
Why
Probably
mushrooms?
because it's spring.
Yeah. Again,
Why
going
not?
back to the timeline side of things, like it has been year and a half, 2 years ish since y'all first encountered these mushrooms of like in world time. So
These mushrooms, they're haunting me. These are bad mushrooms.
Yeah, so do you want me to burn the rest of them?
Sure.
I think, yeah.
It's probably the best call at this point. We don't want someone eating these things.
Most important question, though. Does anybody have marshmallows?
Ooh,
I don't know that I would
did
wanna eat a
pack some
marshmallow
sugar
cooked
for
over
some
these.
baking. We could see if we could make some,
Just saying.
but we'd have to make them.
You just hold the marshmallows out over my hand. I can, that's,
Yeah, see, we don't. That's fair.
it wouldn't,
That's true.
We'll eat the
That is
mushrooms
fair.
around the fire,
That is
but not over the fire.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
thinking in terms of practicality, one box in our wagon for proof, and then
Yep.
maybe we load the other ones out of the wagons instead of burning the whole wagon down. Just a thought.
Why
need
would
to
we
destroy
preserve the
infrastructure.
structural- Why not? No one's
What if
around
we-
to use them.
But what if we need a second wagon?
Also true.
Do we need a second
if we-
wagon?
What if
Well, we don't know.
foolishly
We
split
might.
the party
Well, I mean,
again?
we don't know what we're about to find.
you're asking
We
good.
might
You're
need-
asking good questions.
We might need to carry more things back.
Okay,
We
can we
need- it
keep
never
one
hurts to have a
wagon
getaway
and burn the
car.
rest? Keep one and burn the rest.
I like this plan.
Okay.
I have my suspicions about who's behind all this, but I don't want to leave all of these poor rural towns out in the middle of nowhere with possibly not getting any more rations once we uncover the mystery and set things aright. You know, I'm just saying. I'd feel real bad if another town starved to death because we didn't have enough wagons.
Build more.
Look,
that's my point. We don't know where these came from.
Yeah. Listen,
They're
what's a
currently
TTRPG campaign
I
without a
defer
little
to
arson?
Andar.
I know.
We've already done murder.
Arson,
Let's
okay,
just
guys?
keep going. We've done murder. We've done B&E. Have we done arson yet? We haven't checked this off our list.
We've done a little bit of desecration of one's long past.
But that was for science, so it's fine.
It was for science, so we had a good reason.
We did.
Emerus is just waiting, like, while everyone's talking, can I burn these or not?
Yes.
I think Everest is just going to be like, fine, woof.
She's just gonna like trail her hands along the boxes, and it's like she allows that portion of herself to actually ignite. She can control whatever. She's igniting.
Okay.
Fire.
So this is an Andar question. Like, what's the biggest thing you could do with fire? Like, massive fireball, or like kind of like, you know, like fire blast? Like, what's the biggest thing you could do?
I'm more dark magic than I am fire magic.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say since like Imris doesn't have any specific like fire spells, like you would have to like you could probably ignite things through touch, but like you probably couldn't like shoot out a stream of fire. Like that seems like since the Emberkin like doesn't like give you that as like an ancestry trait, like I wouldn't want to take that away from a spell by saying you can just shoot fire out. But you could probably like light non-living things through a touch, or like as we discussed last time with Marin, like you could like heat up your hands and like cauterize wounds and stuff like that, but you're probably limited to the things that you can touch.
Yeah, so she's just very slowly walk through and touch all the boxes and then whatever wagons were burning. How many were there? Wagons?
Like 2 or 3 wagons, and they each have
okay,
a
so
handful of
a lot.
crates on them. And so they're not by any means like the best quality. Like, so they will, as you go around, they'll light pretty quickly, and then the fire will spread like within the wagons as y'all do this. Rob, what you have?
I was just gonna say, I feel like this is officially time for our cool guys don't look back at explosions moment.
Okay.
Set the wagons ablaze and just leave.
Okay.
Emer's was like
Walk with
skipping.
fire behind them.
Yep.
Should we not take our wagon with us?
I was going to ask this question. What is y'all's plan? We'll say that like y'all probably have a driver in some degree of like people that were sent with you by Lady Amanita. And they all
just casually stood by while we set fire to this random set of wagons.
We have witnesses.
I mean,
not if we murder them
Witnesses
all.
to
It's
our
murder hobo
atrocities?
o'clock.
Oh no, there's a giant bonfire at the edge of town.
yeah.
We
Like
definitely were
we can
involved.
say I'm not overly I don't think y'all need to overly be concerned about them. And so whether they were literally there with you as you were doing this, or whether this is like the wagon and them are like still in town somewhere, unless you like specifically brought them with you, they're probably not with you. So
Who's carrying the one crate of mushrooms back?
Well, I was saying we put it back in the wagon and let them take it. If we have a driver group and we're going to leave them behind, tell them to take it back.
Well, what I was saying was like back from the bonfire to our current wagon.
I'm
as
doing
we
nose
walk away
goes. You
from
just can't see me.
I say, Andar probably has the highest strength, right? Or are you agility?
Agility. Yeah, I still have a +2 in strength, but yeah, I have a +4 in agility, so I can sprint.
Not only, I was gonna say, not only am I a tiny guy, but he is beating me in strength stats. So
I am also a small individual.
Okay. So, say it's probably Andar then. Maybe I'll team lift it. Assuming Emrys also doesn't, surprise, have a ton of strength. That's definitely not the visual I had for Emrys, but I'm not going to say no.
She's talented in a lot of areas, but strength is not one of them.
Okay. So y'all get the box back, and then from here I want to know, like, what are y'all's plan? There is like a path that leads up through town into the peaks. Is y'all's plan to walk it? Is your plan to like try to take your wagon? Like, what's the plan?
Road big enough for us to take the wagon?
It would be difficult to like take a wagon up there, but at least for the part that you can see, you would imagine that you could take the wagon.
I mean, we don't really want to send it back because then we'll be stuck out here without one.
Right.
Yeah. You could ask for them to wait in town for you. That's entirely an option as well.
And you said it was like a 2-day. Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, just kind of from looking at it, you would expect a day to 2 days to get up.
On foot.
Yeah.
yeah, my knee jerk would be to ask them to wait 2 to 3 days for us to come back, and if we don't, then head back to the capital with a message.
It would be a total of 4 to 6 days because we need 2 to 3 to get it up and another 2 to 3 to get back down.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a whole town to themselves.
Yeah.
And their weight, they were assigned to like take care of y'all. So like if y'all ask them to do something in specific, they will definitely wait and to do that.
I would say that's the best course of action, honestly, because we don't want to risk losing our wagon on the way up or down and then getting stuck out here.
Yeah, 100%. I would not say take the wagon into the mountain. That feels precarious at best.
Yeah.
Then if there's nothing else, y'all can begin the journey to the mountain. As y'all approach, perhaps walking back by the burning of the mushrooms, I'm gonna flavor burn a fear here, as you look out and you see the embers of my fear did not go down. There we go. You see the fire like emanate out from the wagons, and you see it going down into the soil, and you see it climbing up the face of the mountain and like working its way through the mycelium up there. As it does so, you do see it, perhaps as y'all get walking yourselves, you do notice it is highlighting what we would say is like humanoid footprints in the mycelium. Like there's a large number of them heading up the path.
Oh, did they go up?
I think we do know what happened to the residents.
If we have to fight them all at the top, I'm going to be really not happy.
It's only 100 to 200 people that live here. I don't know what you're worried about.
Exactly.
Versus 4 to 5 of us?
It's fine.
I believe in this team.
Okay. As this magic ripples and as y'all make your way, perhaps like the hairs on the back of your necks begin to rise as the weather begins to have a radical and quick shift. Whereas it has been the like balmy spring as appropriate to the season, there is a sudden shift and the temperature drops like 40 degrees in a second as some blizzards begin. As y'all climb up this mountain pass, we are going to return to our mountain pass environment that we used for y'all's way to Moonhold, as y'all go and navigate this. And so what we're going to do here is there's a group check for y'all as y'all are climbing the mountain. And so instead of like having this affect y'all individually, it's going to affect y'all as a team. And so, and then basically we're going to use this as our way of also putting the mechanics to this like multi-hour climb as you're going. And so I have a target number. Y'all need to hit that number to complete the climb. And so whenever I tell you the roll, the highest roll for the group or the individual that has the highest roll, that is the roll that will count. Y'all can choose, for example, if like the second highest roll had hope, but the highest roll had fear, I'll allow y'all to choose like a different roll. So, but success and failure will be based solely on that highest roll for all of you. So, what I need for you as this starts is I need a strength reaction roll from everyone. And actually this says reaction. I'm going to not have this be reaction. Y'all can get hope. There could be hope or fear for this because that fits in with the vibe. So I need a strength check from everybody.
Do I still have that advantage roll from the meme thing?
Yes, you do still have rolling over advantage.
Okay, because strength is not my strong suit, so I'm going to use my advantage on this one just in case. Oof.
And as a reminder, 11, advantage is plus 1d6. So.
Oh, we get advantage?
Well, Rob has it from his meme of the week
Rob
from
has
last
it.
time.
Right. Okay. I was busy doing math in my head.
No, you're good. So we have an 11 with hope.
Someone who had a +0. I had a 5 with hope.
I have an 18 with fear.
Okay.
10 with fear.
Okay.
Right, so it sounds like we're gambling with the 11 or rolling the 18 and giving him the fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would y'all like to do?
I mean, we are at the very beginning of the climb. I don't feel like we're losing a lot of time if we got to start over.
Yeah.
Would agree.
Do we want to run with the 11 then, and hope that does it?
I mean, the 11 is also with fear, right?
No, I had a hope.
Oh, okay. I understand. I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, the other thing is he already has 9 fear. What's one more? So it's kind of a coin toss.
I say hope.
I say hope as well.
Okay. Unanimous?
Yep.
All right, we rolled an 11.
Okay. So what I need from everyone is I need you all to mark a stress because that was not a success.
Yay!
Okay. So, as y'all continue the journey, the weather again has this radical shift. If we're thinking of each of these rolls, maybe these are 30 minutes, an hour as y'all are making each of these climbs. or each of these portions of the climb. And the weather radically shifts again, going from that freezing cold, biting wind to a much stronger or much warmer spring temperatures. I need all of you again to make a strength check for the climb. This time, I'll give y'all an advantage that y'all can choose who can use it. We'll say that. So if y'all want to like wait and see the rolls and then choose who gets advantage, y'all can do that.
I got a 19 with fear.
This is what kind of check is this? Same strength?
Strength again as you climb. I'll also give y'all agility for this if you want to, if that's better for someone.
Okay.
Well, I already hit roll before you said agility, and I'm happy to re-roll depending on your answer to this question.
Same.
How does crit work in a case like this? Because I got it was a 5, but it was 2 2s.
Okay. So
it's a crit. We
so
take it regardless.
Yeah, I'll give you that as a success, and I'll move down the tracker what I think is an appropriate number. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to tell you I'm not going to like screw you over if y'all like, just because since a crit is such a cool thing. And so
it's a tiny one, but a win is a win.
Yeah,
100%.
It'll be more than 5. I'll tell you that I will move it down. So
I have an 18 agility with hope.
Oh, well, there we go.
I only have an 11 with hope. So,
Okay.
Do we keep the hope?
Yes. Oh no, sorry. You. I should have said this. Rob, you get the hope from your first roll, since we used your roll as the group's score.
Okay.
So, that way it's not like I'm gaining 3 fear every roll. It's whichever one y'all choose. That's the one that will count. So, and so here, you know what? For the sake of this, since there was a crit, and I don't want to belittle that from a storytelling standpoint, I will take Emma's 18. Rob, gain a hope, clear a stress, because of your crit, and then everyone else gain a hope, because of this crit of y'all working together and having this moment. So, so Rob gets to clear the stress, but everyone gets a hope. Okay. And then as y'all continue the climb, perhaps getting ready to stop for the night, the weather again switches to the bitter cold of winter. Give me that strength or agility check as y'all face the icy winds.
I got a 10 with hope, but only a 10.
I got a 14 with fear.
I got a 13 with hope.
Got a 19 with fear.
So either 19 with fear or 13 with hope.
I don't know where the threshold exists for sure, but I feel like if 11 didn't do it, 13 probably isn't gonna either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we gamble and do the 19 with fear. See what happens.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So I will gain a fear. I will subtract 19 from the countdown. As y'all settle in for the night, and bundle up, y'all do find that while the bitter wind rages outside, it does seem like y'all's tents, y'all's coverings are staying warmer than they should. There seems to be something happening that y'all don't quite understand, that is preserving some amount of heat and keeping y'all safe. The magic of friendship. And so, during the night, like I assume y'all are sleeping in shifts, keeping an eye on things. Again, after a couple hours, or every couple of hours, the weather shifts between the cold of winter and the heat of summer, or the heat of spring, sorry. And so y'all are able to make it through the night with this strange blessing. And then y'all set off. I assume y'all would want to leave as soon as it hits spring. Like, that would be y'all's time to go and break down tents and do all of that. But I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. Like,
take advantage of the good weather, yeah, especially with the way this trip is going.
Okay. So y'all are able to go. Give me the group roll, strength or agility.
Hey, 23 with hope.
Whoa! I got a 16 with
19
fear.
with hope.
I say 14 with hope. So
Okay.
We're all very hopeful today.
yeah.
So B-Man's cleaning up here with this hope, assuming y'all are taking the 23.
Yeah, we're definitely taking the 23.
Yeah, obviously.
And so y'all have a hard final push, or not final push, but y'all have a hard push. You make a lot of progress in this first spring of the day. As you look around, it feels like the weather, I'm going to say, is like crackling around you. Like there's energy in the air as you get towards the top of this mountain. And it seems almost as if like winter is being held back from around you. Go ahead and give me another strength or agility check as spring persists.
Ooh, that's so close.
Oh, actually, yay!
23 with fear.
16 with hope.
17 with fear.
I got a 14 with fear. If I caught that right, it sounds like Emma wins.
Yeah, so it's 23 with fear, or would you have, Emma? 14 with hope?
16.
Or 16 with hope? Yeah, I'd say we take the 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so Emma, go ahead and get your hope. Whoever we had for the last roll was the highest one. Also get the hope from that one. Was that one Emma as well?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. That's right. So yeah, go ahead and get your hope for that one as well, if you're not maxed out at 6. So, and with that push, you find yourselves on a plateau on the towards the peak of the mountain. Before you stands a cave, and you see the path flattens and heads into that direction. What would you like to do?
Are there any footprints around, especially leading into this cave?
You do see that like the ground is disturbed. It's had a bad day. And it looks like there are tons of like footprints of various like humanoid shapes and sizes. So you don't see footprints that like would have matched the ones that you would have seen through the portal, but you do see a large number of footprints heading into the cave.
It's like a ritual sacrifice, but they needed like 200 people to do it. Maybe they're all enthralled.
That's a lot of go.
Maybe they're around a lava pit. They're gonna do a sacrifice. Raise, I don't know. I think that's
Maybe
what
they
it
took
is.
all the kids, they put them in a mine.
The children yearn for the mines, so that checks out.
You know.
Are there any other paths on the plateau, like leading like around the cave and up, or is like everything just pointing right to the cave?
Yeah, there's not really other things up here. And if we're thinking here of like the total mountain. Like y'all are towards the top. Y'all are probably like the top third of the mountain, like is where this plateau is. So like you're able to see the peak. You're able to like maybe top fifth. Maybe that's a better way to say that. And so like there is still more mountain from where this cave is. It's not like y'all are like literally at the top, but this is kind of a final flat area, and then it has this cave. So like presumably there, like in terms of path, like there are ways to go further up the mountain. Like if somebody like was legitimately trying to like summit the mountain, there are ways to go and do that.
It does kind of feel like all roads lead to cave, though.
Looks like the evidence tells us to go that direction.
Yeah.
So
Are we spelunking?
Cicely?
Seems that way.
Okay.
So you'll enter the cave and find it well hewn. I think that's the right word. Basically mined. You find a path that is mined deep into this portion of the mountain. It's like there's wooden beams that are holding up the top, and then there is it's relatively skinny. Like Imris and Andar could not walk shoulder to shoulder through this, but like Crinkles, B-Man, and Mirren wouldn't necessarily have trouble moving like two to a row as you enter. As you do walk in and head into the darkness, assuming you'll have some form of dark vision, because everybody has dark vision in a TTRPG. You go and
unless
you
you
make
don't.
your way through. Yeah, unless you're the one human, the token human.
Yeah.
And as you begin walking, eventually the entrance winds and curves, and as you make a specific final turn, you begin to see the glowing red pulsing light from up ahead of you. As y'all continue forward, the mine shaft opens up into a large room that seems to have been haphazardly created. There's a platform in the middle that juts out, and then you see the pulsing light emanating up from that back side of the platform. It's not like made out of like mined stone. It's just a platform like made out of the mountain itself that then drops off from what you can see. Any specific things y'all want to do before you exit the mine shaft?
We brought some of those mushrooms, right?
I assume y'all could have grabbed a handful of them.
Throw one in the goo for science.
Well, y'all are a ways away from the goo. The goo is like
okay.
is
Yeah, we
like
get to see the
further
light.
into the room. Yeah,
Oh,
you see the light
Sorry.
of the goo like emanating, rather than
I got distracted by the image you switched it to.
yes. Sorry. Again, we're vibe checking the Roll20, so it's there for inspiration versus exact. So, and so as y'all, like if there's not anything else, y'all make your way into the cave. Before you see this monstrously tall being with 6 disjointed arms. It towers. It probably towers 10 to 15 feet tall, and at what you would perceive as its feet, you see two bound figures that are battered and bruised. Their appearance is strange to you. They seem to almost glow and have like a radiance to them. And as you step farther out and look around the room, you see a large number of bodies covered in mushrooms and like held into the walls of the cavern itself. Also, Emma, you get a hope for guessing. Brainwashed.
What if I'm
townspeople.
already maxed out?
Okay, well then I'll be kind and generous. You can give it to somebody else.
Okay, who needs a hope?
I have 3.
I have
You
3.
take it.
Go ahead,
Who?
Emerson.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead and take it.
You?
Yeah. Brainwashed.
Y'all are probably, if this platform area is, I don't know, we'll say it's probably like 80 to 100 feet long. Y'all are probably like 20 feet out into this platform as you're seeing all of this. Is there anything y'all want to do at this point?
My immediate question is, you said bodies stuck in the wall covered in mushrooms. I assume it's a safe conclusion, but I'm going to ask anyway, like dead bodies or like zombies in the wall with mushrooms growing up? Like, are we saving any of these people or are they done?
You would imagine they're probably done. Like,
okay,
in
if they're not
terms
like
of-
obviously moving around or like moaning or whatever, I feel like I call it good. I just figured I'd ask just in case.
Yeah. You have the feeling maybe this is because of what was the name of the fawn that y'all threw into Jocelyn.
Jocelyn,
go.
poor Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
That y'all threw into the pit. Like, y'all would definitely see similarities here between these people and her. As y'all like look around and see the various like ancestries that are here. Rip Jocelyn, gone and forgotten.
Close it all.
Okay. Any other questions? Are y'all ready to continue your approach?
I mean, they're very much zombie-esque, brainwashed people, so there's not much we can do right now.
Nope. Leave them to their fate, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As y'all continue approaching and get closer to this tall figure, probably like 50-ish feet away from them, if we're thinking cinematically, they turn and look towards you all, and their head kind of quirks a little bit as you approach, and they let out a light chuckle and speak in a and say, it would be your group that would come to stop me at the last moments. There always must be one. And as she turns her eye, she makes eye contact with each of y'all, and it feels like she like stares into your soul as she looks at you, and you feel her gaze upon you. She looks over at Crinkles and says, "The farmer that was too late to notice the signs over at the Bee-Man, the thief who could not avoid the aftermath of their choices." Looks over at Mirren. "Oh, you poor one who simply had to pay the cost." And then over at Imris, the silly Emberkin who is fleeing the fate that she just couldn't want. And then finally looks over at Andar and says, the suit of armor that has barely protected the ones he cares for. After
some insults you're throwing there.
She
do we recognize who this is?
As characters, no. As players, who I'm assuming looked at the Instagram story that I posted, y'all definitely recognize. Yes.
Okay, so but as characters, we do not know who this is, other than she's being mean. Okay.
Yeah. Although I will say, there is a certain echo to the words that they speak to you. It does seem like this is something that might have happened or been said to you before.
Said to us before? Is there some time travel nonsense going on here, Cameron?
I mean, my inclination is secret identity.
Y'all have heard echoes of these words before. As y'all
These
think.
aren't the when we had our fates, not our face, our things read at the party.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got there. Yes.
It was the tarot cards.
All of these
was the tarot
fortunes told through the cards at the party.
Yeah. So, while not
to
one
be
to
fair,
one,
that was 2 months ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not my fault y'all haven't gone and rewatched every episode to make sure you're caught up on all the hints that I've been dropping.
It was I found it in my notes eventually.
So, yes. So, not one to one. Like, these are not the exact words of the fortunes that were told to the five of you. There are definitely a lot of similarities. This was also when I first accidentally spoiled the name change from Mirren. And so when I sent y'all the screenshot of the various fortunes, and so after she finishes talking to you, she raises her legs, her arms, where you see her holding the dagger, the scales, and the stone that were taken from the Markholt family. And she looks down to the people at her feet and says, "You false gods took what was rightfully Avathia's. It has taken me centuries to find it, but after all this time, we hasten its return. You know that their magic could not die. It is just channeled." With their hands that hold the three objects, they toss them forward into the lake in front of you and say, "Join me, Dibio and Ublith. What was created cannot be destroyed." There is.
I don't suppose I have time to react at all to any of this.
I mean, y'all. What would you like to do? I'm not going to say no. If y'all going to let me just hold the spotlight and talk, I'll happily talk.
I would love to use a telekinesis to get at least one of the objects to not fall in the lake.
Okay. I was going to say tongue grab.
If it's within far range.
Am I close enough to use my tongue grab to grab the dagger?
You are probably not close enough for that. For the tongue. Okay. I would say they are within close far.
Range, so
if you wanted to try to grab one of the objects with telekinesis, though, I think that would be a thing that you could try to do.
Great.
What if I shadow stepped up to the platform and then tongue whipped to grab the blade?
I have a 16 with hope. Just for that.
Well, there were 3 things. So
there are 3 things. So y'all could try. Multiple things are possible. And so
try to restrain.
So we'll start with the telekinesis. So you reach out. Which of the objects are you trying to grab?
There's a dagger, the scales, and
yes.
What's the third one? The stone.
Yeah, and the stone, the magic stone. So as a reminder, it's the dagger that can sever a tie of fate, scales that can change someone's judgment, and a magic stone that has been inert for 1,000 years. Or for over 1,000 years.
Let's do the scales. Okay.
And you said you had a 16?
Yes, with hope.
Okay. What does your telekinesis look like? Like, is there like a perception through the air as it goes? Like, what does that?
It's like, because I love that this is kind of a visual at this point for Crinkles. It's technically just like shimmering, like faintly shimmering light, but because she's consistently covered in glitter now, there's like glitter that goes into it, so it kind of looks like you're traveling faster than light, but instead of stars, it's just sparkles.
Okay. So as these objects leave the hands, you see this sparkle beam shoot out from Crinkles and go through and move through the air. As your magic touches the scales, you see them tilt on their axis and begin to pull back. And as that happens, you feel your world tilt the other way. And you feel the walls of the cavern begin to close in your mind and close in around you. And then eventually your world rights. And after that split second, you see the scales continue their fall into the pool. And I need you to mark a stress.
Tried.
Okay.
I did what I could.
You wanted to shadow step.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm marking a stress just because I have to mark a stress just to do that at all, which is a gigantic bummer. But it is from shadow to shadow. So basically, I step behind Andar, disappearing into his shadow and stepping out of Eldritch Pinocchio's shadow.
Okay.
And immediately flick my tongue out to try to grab the dagger to stop it from falling in.
Give me, or from your ancestry, do you have a specific trait for when it's for doing tongue grab?
It just says you can use your long tongue to grab onto things within close range.
Okay.
And then I can mark a stress to use it as a weapon on top of that if I would like to.
Okay. I remembered there was a second part, but I did not remember what that part was.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me either an agility or a finesse check.
All right, we are definitely going finesse. Survey says 14 with hope.
Okay. Get your hope.
Okay.
And again, as your tongue reaches out, it grabs the hilt of the dagger as it's in the air. But right before it latches on, again, these walls shunt in around you within your mind and throw you back away from the edge of the group and back over through the shadows to your party. Go ahead and mark another stress.
Well, I tried.
We all tried.
Anything else y'all would like to try in these split seconds before the relics fall?
I think Emerus is just trying to gauge when to jump in, but she's seeing. She was going to do something and then she's like stopping.
Yeah, Ender's kind of the same way. Like, he just doesn't see a way to jump in to help at this moment, so he's just kind of holding back to wait and see what happens.
Okay. Eventually, or as the objects fall out of view, the mountain shakes, and the ground at your feet rumbles, kicking up the dirt from the cavern floor, where these people seemed docile before. You now see the mycelium shooting up through the stones and covering them, and you see them light up with the fires of this lava-like substance. Fire as in the color of fire, not actual fire. Eventually, you see two sets of hands grab onto different parts of the platform, and you see two forms step out. The first is the demon form of Dibio. With its long arms, it materializes this spear that it had as it stands, not as tall as this new thing, but stands heads taller than y'all. And then on the other side of the cavern, you see the shambling Galapa as Ublith rises up and steps onto the platform, their rapier crackling with energy. And while these are very clearly the people that y'all have fought previously, they do not look like beings of this world. Their skin has magmatic pores on it, and pus covers them. They bear the wounds of your previous fights. So if you look at Dibio, you see the killing blow that y'all gave him in y'all's encounter before. On Ublith, you see the scars of the lightning strikes from Crinkle's chain lightning and things like that. You see these battle scars on them. And where they previously stood tall and ready to fight, they now seem like shadows of themselves as they enter an offensive stance. And that is where we will call session 15. We will return in 2 weeks for this encounter. As we go and get ready, and as we find out more about these three beings that now stand before you. And yeah, as we enter our final portion of our Daggerheart campaign, I, of course, want to thank everyone who is watching, whether in the live chat or over in the VODs on our YouTube channel. We are, of course, fast approaching the finale of our campaign. And so as we get ready to see where things are all going to end up, and I, of course, want to say thank you to our fabulous players, Emma, Tasha, Mike, and Rob. Appreciate you all being here for Monday Night Tabletop. And again, as I said, we'll be back in 2 weeks on April 13th for this session, for our next session. Emma and I will be back next week on the 6th, chatting all kinds of geeky things as part of the normal episode. And then, of course, I want to give Rob a moment. Where can people find you? What are you streaming this week? What's the plan?
Well, y'all can find me over at twitch.tv/locksteady, spelled exactly as it is, right above Beeman's head here this evening. Lately, I have been streaming Metroidvania Mio Memories in Orbit, and I thought I was getting pretty far in it, and then I looked something up and discovered that I haven't even uncovered half the map, even though I have 5 out of 6 abilities. So we got a lot of memories to find in Orbit there. And as always, you know, Friday nights are for fighting. So Marvel Rivals on Friday nights, Mio on Wednesdays, and then I'll be right back here in 2 weeks for more Daggerheart.
Sounds great. Appreciate y'all all. And again, hope everyone has a fantastic week. We'll catch y'all all around in the Discords. Bye.
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 Hard hands.